Just gonna know how. Just gonna know how.
Hello, hello.
Just gonna know.
Let's go on YouTube.
What is? What is?
Good evening.
Hello.
Just checking if we are live.
I think we are.
We are. Good evening and welcome. Happy Thursday to you all. We'll just give it a few minutes and see who joins us this evening.
Yay. Hello.
Hello Stacey. Hello Danielle. Hello Paula. Thanks for joining us. How is everybody doing? Don't know if that's the right question to ask.
How's everybody undoing?
How's everybody doing?
Doing.
Hi Miriam, thanks for joining us. How are we all?
Hello everybody.
Ramona.
Ramona. Miriam. Stacey.
Thanks everybody for joining us. Oh, thanks Stacey. I just had my hair done today actually. Shout out to Aaron, who's not on here anyway, but just had it done. Thank you. Doesn't look like this normally because I just wash it and then leave it to dry. Don't I?
Yep. I just had mine done as well about 2 weeks ago.
So welcome everybody. So
Just cut out enough, nothing else. I just got a.
they
a
don't
cut.
care about your hair. Okay.
Every day. My hair's beautiful. 53 and still got colour.
It's just amazing he's got hair actually, isn't it?
It's all natural.
Natural hair. Anyway.
Yep.
Hello Simone. Hello Marie.
My secret is I don't wash it. Or wash it.
Wash it.
Wash it. It's Scottish.
So tonight we are going to do, it feels like so long since we've been live. I think the last live we did was with Helen. It feels like ages ago, but tonight we're just going to talk a little bit about the power of the womb. Oh,
The battery's going flat.
the battery's going flat. That's not good, is it?
Not good, is it? I don't know what we're going to do with that.
Can you fix that?
I need to go get a charger for it. This is the things that happen.
So, yeah, we're just going to get a charger for the speaker, but we're going to talk a little bit about the womb and the power of the womb and womb healing and why it's so important. It's a big part of the work we do is womb healing, and we've done a couple of events. We've really been guided to step into it more in our mission because it's a very, very important energy centre. Sacred energy centre that is really, really integral to our spiritual journey, our spiritual healing and activation journey, and stepping into our power as women, but also for men. This is relatable for men as well because they have the hara, so they still have they don't have the same reproductive organs as a woman, however they do still have a womb space and they have the hara, and it is still a sexual energy centre that holds a lot of power and divine codes in there, so it's very, very relevant for men as well. So, and we're going to do a short womb healing at the end as well, and again that's for men and women, it's not just for women.
One size fits all.
Yes. So we hope you stay for that. If you've got any, your hair looks fab, Nicola. Stacey's saying, Nicola, we were just talking about you today. I said, I feel like I've not seen Nicola for a while, and then your little face popped up. I thought, there you go. I'm obviously tuning into you.
Psychics.
So it's good to have you on. Yeah, so if anybody's got any questions around about the womb or the sacral chakra or womb healing or anything like that, please pop them in the comments and we'll answer them as well. So for anybody that doesn't know me, I'm Diane.
I'm Gary.
And
Garry.
Garry with 2 R's.
2 R's. I'm very particular about my R's.
Yeah, it gets annoyed if people only spell his name with 1 R. He's very pedantic.
I've actually been kind of letting people off with it recently, but
he's letting it go, he's learning to work with it.
But it still grates me.
Yeah, it's laziness, isn't it? It's like people see your name and they think, I don't think Gary should have 2 hours, so I'm just going to put it in with 1. That's my thoughts on it.
I just think everybody thinks it's always 1 hour. It's like Scott. A lot of people think there's only 1 tea.
So this is our public group, Tatiana and Grashka, New Earth Galactic Guardians, where we go live, do collective transmissions, little meditations, healings, whatever we're guided to do. And of course, you're all welcome to post in there as well and share and connect. And we will be sharing this on our YouTube channel as well, which we've recently launched. So if you're not following us on there, please go on and subscribe to our channel. We will be posting a lot more content on there in future. We're working on a lot right now, and we will be posting more of that on YouTube. We're hoping to get more of our meditations and things on there. So that's about it. I did. I knew you were coming, Nicola. I felt you. I could feel you. I could feel your
energy.
No, but before I felt your energy, I felt your lack of energy, like your presence not being around. And then I mentioned your name, and you came in. I was like, there she is.
Mention a million quid.
Yeah.
Our psychic abilities have been on point in the last few days, right?
My psychic abilities are through the roof. They're getting quite scarily accurate, which is good, but yeah.
Strange.
It's a bit freaky. So the womb. Let's talk about the womb. Womb healing, as I said, is a big part of our journey. So we both had issues throughout our journey before we came into union. We both had issues with the sacral chakra. So the sacral chakra obviously is where we store a lot of our emotions. It's related to our sexuality, our relationships, our connection with ourselves and others, our intuition, connection to your intuition and your knowing, and
the seat of your soul.
It's very much your most, I suppose, important energy centre, really, as a woman, I would say. But it's very mislooked a lot of the time. I feel like certainly for me, I don't really pay much attention to my womb, if I'm honest.
Not many women do.
Yeah, apart from obviously, like, you know, when I had my children and stuff.
Or until problems arise. That's the only time you think, oh, what's going on there?
Yeah. So we both had issues in that area.
A very sacred temple.
Yeah.
The womb. The portal.
Well, it's the portal of life. The portal of
between worlds.
All creation, and it's where, you know, the multidimensional higher realms meet the physical realms through the divine feminine. So
where the energy comes from the creator through the portal, brings the energy.
Yeah, so it's a very, very important energy centre, and it's our source of power as a woman. The womb, it's where our creative power lies. It's where our intuition, our psychic gifts and abilities,
communication,
that we can really tap into. A lot of that is stored in the womb, like our connection to our ancestors and all their knowledge and wisdom as well. All stored in the womb. We've got a lot of codes in the womb, a lot of kind of goddess codes, and we don't think about the womb a lot of the time, and we don't think about its power, and therefore we really don't tap into our full potential because of that. Because we're not focusing on that energy centre a lot of the time. I think in the spiritual journey, there's a lot of focus on, you know, your third eye,
your
and
heart,
your crown, your heart, yeah, connecting to the higher realms, you know, opening your heart to love. But it's really, really important that you work on the lower chakras, because the lower chakras are the chakras where most of the distortions are. And the chakras that are your physical earthly chakras. Your upper chakras are your spiritual chakras. So if you're only focusing on your upper chakras, you know, you're maybe getting a connection, you're maybe getting messages coming in or whatever, but they're not being embodied, you're not able to embody that knowledge and that frequency, because you might be quite ungrounded, you might have, you know, flashes of inspiration coming out and then bouncing back out again, and you're not able to be that clear channel and conduit for that energy and that frequency, because your lower chakras are blocked. So it's very, very important that you work in the lower chakras to clear them out of the distortion that's there, and to help you really ground in to
creativity, say it about it.
Yeah, and it's very important if you're, you know, a lot of people we work with will say, I don't know my purpose, I don't know my mission, I don't know what, you know, what my gifts are, and I always say to them, work on your womb. If you feel like you don't know what your mission is, or your purpose, or you're not connected, or you're disconnected from yourself, because that's really what it is, it's a disconnection from yourself.
Women have been disconnected for their wombs from the start of time, I think, because it is such a powerful centre, and it is like the portal, as I say. So it's like that's reclaiming the womb space, reclaiming the hara even as well. So that's
Hi, Helen.
Hi, Helen.
Yeah, so we always say to people, you know, work on your womb, because when you clear out everything that's in the womb, because the womb is a portal, as we said, so when it's a portal, it means that it picks up a lot of energy throughout your life. So you store a lot in your womb, so you store like your ex-partners, trauma,
childhood traumas, even traumas for past lives can carry on into your womb. Relationship stuff, families, even family, friends, jobs, you name it, everything.
Yeah, you can.
Or the collective, you can be stored in like stuff for the collective, like maybe like wars that are going on and all these kind of things. Tragedies.
Because we transmute a lot with the womb as well. So as women, we transmute a lot of emotion and collective energy through the womb space, so you can actually have a lot of collective events stored in your womb space and be totally unaware of it. And then you've got all your ancestral trauma, so whatever there is in your family line. So if, for example, you've got, you know, sexual abuse in your family line or your ancestral line, you can guarantee you will have that stored in your womb space. There's also like really things related to childbirth or pregnancy or child loss or miscarriage, or, you know, if you're out of physical balance and alignment, you know, you might have physical problems as well. And we both had problems in that energy centre during our journey when we were apart. Oh, sorry, somebody messaged there. Quite often it can affect your sexuality as well, because if your womb is distorted, or, you know, there's a lot of trauma there, it can affect your sexuality. So you can either become like really hypersexual, over-sexual, inappropriately sexual, or you can become like non-sexual, you know, disconnected from your libido, low libido. So it's all about purifying that space of whatever's there that might be stopping you from disconnecting into the power that it holds, and releasing that energy and really, really raising the frequency and really starting to connect to your womb to tap into the power that it holds. Because once you start to connect to your womb, and this is for men as well, you start to find out who you are, I would say. So you can go through life and you maybe really don't know who you are or what you're here for, or you just feel kind of disconnected from yourself. When you start to work on the womb and heal the womb, you will find out who you are. You will know for sure who you are because you're reconnecting to who you are. You're reconnecting to that divine connection that's within you and within your womb space.
And I can also disconnect you from love as well, loving yourself in the womb. So lots of physical stuff goes on in there as well that's connected to it.
Hi Alana and Kerry, thanks for joining us.
Hi Alana and Kerry.
Adeline. Sorry. Helen's just said womb work is so important. Painful periods, shame with bleeding, don't get pregnant, etc. Wombs are not meant to hold so much shame and pain. Exactly that. The womb is I mean, and the womb has been heavily attacked throughout time, because it is such a portal of power.
It is, well, you think about it, it's even in like spies, if you were a spy, the womb's always get that power, it's always get the power, they say, of the womb, or the vagina as well, so it's like, it's all the same thing.
Power of the pussy.
Yeah, of course, didn't want to say that word.
Yeah, so it holds so much power, and that's why it has been heavily attacked, and throughout the ages, the womb has been heavily attacked, but in times gone by, the women were a lot more connected to their wombs, and they made decisions, you know, based on connecting with their womb and listening to the wisdom that the womb was sharing with them.
I always used to think that as well, like the womb is like the connection between the universe and the earth. So when the women are all out of sync and their wombs are distorted, I feel as if that's the earth and the universe is distorted. So it's like when women take that power back in their womb, it brings back the equilibrium to the planet and the universe.
Yeah.
That's just one of my thoughts.
Beautiful. Yeah, but women were much more connected to the power of the womb, and they used to consult the womb if they had any decisions to make, or they were looking for guidance. You know, they would connect into their womb and ask for wisdom and knowledge. And it's nowadays, it's like we've been conditioned just to see the womb as just a physical, you know, part of our body that's only really useful for having children.
Yeah. And you get to the stage where it's like you're not going to have any more children now because of your age, so they just whip it out. They just like, you don't need it anymore. It's not a bit. They know that.
Yeah, so there's like hysterectomy. Obviously, there's 55,000 hysterectomies done in the UK every year, and it's kind of viewed as like, you know, you don't need it anymore, so we'll just remove it, and it's quite what's the word, barbaric when you think about it, because it's a healthy organ, and it's your centre of power as a woman that they're removing.
Well, once that goes, you end up with loads of other problems connected to that, because it's not just the women they're taking it, it's like half of your insides, and it's like, and a lot of things are all connected to your womb, so it's like 600,000 or something plus in America every year as well. So, and this is another just a thought of mine, that's like women, it's funny how they say once you hit a certain age you start getting all these things, all these problems going wrong with you, with your womb. And this is just my thought again, it's like women, as they grow older, I feel as if they've got more experience and more knowledge and more wisdom, and that's when their wombs become more powerful. So rather than they target them, so that when they get to a certain age they know that they're going to be really powerful, and that's why they're targeted.
Definitely. Yeah, so if you think of the older you get, the less shit you put up with, don't you, as a woman? I feel like as women get older, the more comfortable they get in their own skin, and the more they put boundaries in, and the less tolerant they become, and that's because they you know, things are changing with their cycle, and they are connecting more into the power of their womb, and I do feel that it is targeted, but it's targeted in a lot of other ways as well, you know, with birth control, and
birth control is one of the biggest ones, isn't it?
Yeah, birth control, medications, loads of things. There's loads of different things in the medical system, you could say, that are an attack on the female womb, and it's just about, I suppose, we're really being guided to go down the path of doing more womb healing and doing it together as twins, because a lot of womb healing's done just by women, and it's very much seen as a woman's kind of niche, if you like. But the guidance that's coming into us is, it's, you know, the masculine is the pillar of support for the woman, and also divine union is all about the balance of the masculine and feminine energies. So we're being guided to do more womb healing and more teaching around the womb, because it's about bringing that balance back to the womb space, you know, about balancing your masculine and feminine energies, and the yin, the yang, and also the relationship between the masculine and the feminine, where the masculine is that pillar of support, and they are here to support the women in maybe ways that we haven't been supported in the past, in relation to our wombs and our gifts and our abilities and our spiritual knowledge and wisdom. And as we're in this ascension process and this awakening on earth, and it's about that balance coming back, and I suppose the woman being safe to step back into that role.
It's about the men stepping forward and breaking that cycle of ancestral ownership, like men disrespecting the women, no respecting the womb like they should as well. So it's a bit, because that's an ancestral thing, because men are programmed to just think it is a sexual organ, and it's like that's all it is, or it's where babies come from. It's like they don't realise that it's the portal, and it's the life of everything. Every human being on this planet comes from a womb. So it's like, I know men are needed in that process, but it's like for men, it's not to see it as it's a sacred area. It's not just like somewhere to fill up, or like for sexual gravitation. Gratification, did I say gravitation? Sorry. That's what I meant.
We know what you mean. Sexual gratification.
Gratification.
Yeah. But it's really, I suppose, on this spiritual journey, really taking ownership of that sacred centre, and starting to like connect more with the womb, starting to you know, look at what is stored in my womb, you know, what have I been through that might be in there that's needing to be released, that's stopping me connecting into who I truly am as a woman, and hearing the wisdom of my womb. And once you start to work on your womb and you heal your womb, it's an ongoing process. It's not just a one-off thing, but once you start to do that work, you really connect back into your divine femininity. So you really connect back into who you are as a woman, and you know, your when I started healing my womb, it was not long after that I was downloaded with womb healing abilities, and I was shown, you know, how I'd had many lifetimes where I'd done this work as part of a sisterhood, but I had to heal my own womb in order to get that connection and that information and that download, and to start stepping into that work and stepping into that mission. It all starts with us. We need to do the work on ourselves first before we then are able to step out and do that work for others. So it's really it's life changing. Working on your womb is life changing. It's the key to stepping into your power. It's the key to reclaiming your femininity. It's the key to healing persecution wounds. It's the key to healing sexual trauma, ancestral trauma, past life trauma. It's the key to healing your family.
Physical ailments as well.
Yeah, physical ailments as well. So it's not just a spiritual energy centre. It's, you know, when your womb is unhealthy, you will have physical problems, you know, maybe like endometriosis, or issues with your menstruation, or, you know,
diverticulitis, fibroids,
gut issues as well. It's
thyroid problems, heavy periods,
back pain, and urinary issues. It's all
hormone imbalance
connected. So somebody asked a question there. I was just going to. You're all right. You're not late. You're never late, Emma. Thanks for joining us.
What time's this? What time do you call this?
So Miriam is just asking, are traumas linked to difficult childbirth and miscarriage from past life karma or ancestors, or is it linked to present life? Please, that's a great question. Certainly in the work we do, we find that a lot of the time when people have had these experiences in this reality, in this lifetime, where they've maybe had a really traumatic pregnancy or childbirth or a child loss, something really traumatic, or a lot of issues with their womb, when we tune into the quantum field and their Akashic records, quite often they have maybe been disemboweled in a past life. You know, they've been persecuted as a witch and they've been disemboweled, or they have like been captured and
sex slaves.
Yeah, sexually abused, and then maybe fell pregnant and maybe lost a child. So yeah, I feel like it can link to past life trauma, but I also feel like you're right as well. I do feel it can be related to karma, because I feel like a lot of our experiences in this reality can be that we're paying back karma for maybe things that we've done in negatively polarised timelines as well. So I think it's a bit of both, to be honest. I think it's a bit of both. Would you agree?
Definitely. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, I know that. I can read your mind.
In my mind. No, definitely I was going to say both anyway.
Yeah, and if you are having a lot of issues with your womb space, or physical issues related to that area, it is really worthwhile looking into your Akashic records and seeing, right, okay, is this maybe coming from a past timeline? Because things occur in our physical reality that are unhealed within our energy field. So if there's something unhealed within your energy field, and it will manifest in your physical reality for you to take the action to heal that and transmute it to love. So it is really worthwhile looking at your Akashic records if you are having a lot of issues with the womb.
So many women have issues with the womb.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, you always think, like, why is that? It's not, but I know they try and make it as if it's a natural thing. It's just because of, like, babies and all these other things, but it's like, what is the lifestyle like? What are you mindful of your womb? Do you do cleanse? Do you do yoni steams? All of these kind of things are like, but, and have you been on child control, birth control for all your life? Is it linked? Are these things like, have you had trauma that you've not been able to release? Everything's linked.
Yeah, it's all connected. And I think the thing with, like, birth control and different medications that you'll maybe get, when you have these issues as a woman, they affect your natural hormonal cycle. So it's like synthetic hormones that are interrupting your natural cycle.
And then you have heavy periods, so they give you something else for that, or you get pains, so they're giving you something else for that. So it's like, and then they're causing you problems.
Yeah, and we can actually only get pregnant 6 days out of the month as well. So that's worth thinking about, that there's this like push on, you need to be in birth control, you're going to get pregnant, you need to take some sort of precaution, you're going to get pregnant, when in reality there's only like 6 days out of the month that you can actually get pregnant. But it seems to be like the norm to like just be on something continually. That affects your hormones and your everything. I was crazy in birth control. I had to come off it because it just knocked me right off my rocker.
So was that.
But it was a good thing. It was a good thing because I just couldn't tolerate it. So I had to come off it. But I'm glad because I definitely feel, me personally, that there's a link between female cancer and these medications that they prescribe for birth control and anything that's interfering with your natural cycle, your natural hormonal cycle. I feel you need to be very, very wary of as well. So, does anybody get any other questions? So how do we reclaim the power of our womb? Well, the first thing I would say is, when you want to reconnect to your womb, is to start to talk to your womb. Now I know that sounds that sounds absolutely crazy. How can I talk to my womb? But it really is that simple. It's a really good way to begin, is to actually just sit and take the time and the space to like feel into your womb and intuitively ask, how does your womb feel you know, what are you tuning into when you try and connect into your womb? Like, what kind of emotion are you picking up on? Does it feel healthy and vibrant, or, you know, does it feel sad, neglected, traumatized? And that's a really good way to start connecting with your womb space, just taking that time to tune in and setting the intention that you want to reconnect to your womb and that sacred energy centre and the knowledge and the wisdom that's within the womb. So you need to set that intention and then take steps to kind of be committed to that journey.
Reclaim it.
Yeah, reclaim it. And as we said, there's so many physical kind of issues that are affected to you know, the sacral chakra, which is our second energy centre. So if this chakra, if this whole energy centre is out of balance and out of alignment, then you're going to have physical issues, but you're also going to have a lot of issues in your relationships. You're going to have issues in your sexual relationships. You're going to have issues with your emotions. You're going to have issues, you know, like putting boundaries in place, knowing what your purpose is. All of these things, that all comes from having a blocked sacral chakra, which is obviously where the womb is. So it's really, really important to start to work in this chakra, to take your power back, to take your sovereignty back. And the womb holds a lot of trauma related to persecution, and a lot of patriarchal wounding related to, you know, being witch hunts, things like that, for stepping out as a healer and getting persecuted for using your gifts, for stepping out as a psychic and being called a lunatic and taken to an asylum. All of these kind of things, that a lot of that pain and trauma is stored in the womb space. And when you kind of awaken and you think, oh, I've got gifts here that I maybe want to develop, or, you know, maybe I want to be a healer, or maybe I want to do this, sometimes it will elicit a fear response in you, and you'll kind of pull back and you'll be like, oh, I don't really want to go there. And a lot of the time it's because you've got this persecution wounding stored in your womb, and your womb remembers, you know, what happened the last time that you stepped out as a healer, or you stepped out as a reader, or a witch, or whatever it might be. And that trauma is all stored in your womb. So that, until you clear out that trauma, you won't ever be able to step out as your authentic self and do what you came here to do, and step into your mission on earth at this time, whatever that may be. Because you need to heal that wound, you need to heal that trauma, you need to break that pattern. Because if you look back, certainly when I look back in my ancestral line, I can see that the women in my family were very gifted. However, they didn't step out with their gifts, and they didn't acknowledge their gifts. And even now, when I try and say to my mum, you know, you're psychic, she'll be like, oh, I don't know, but it's so clear, it's so obvious, isn't it?
She knows to an extent, but she just don't want to go there.
Yeah.
That's the thing, but she knows. She does say a lot of things, and you're like, see, I told you. And she's like, I know. She does say she knows, but it's not something that she wants to get into.
And I think you can see that a lot when you look back through, like, maybe your own ancestral line as well. You'll maybe see in other women in your family that they have had this really strong gift, but there's been a fear of tapping into it, or there's been a fear of stepping out with that gift, or they've hid it, or and it's because these memories of persecution and abuse are stored in the womb space, and it's as it travels down the ancestral line, it's like up to somebody to break that pattern and say, you know, I'm going to heal this so that this doesn't happen in the next generation. Yeah. So
teaching the next generations on how to do it, how to love the womb.
Yeah. Thank you, Ellie. I just got my hair done today, so it's not usually like this, but I got it done. Shout out to Aaron. Aaron, thanks for doing my hair.
Yay.
I'm going back to my roots as well. I was a bit blonde there, and I thought I'm going to go back to brown. Ellie's saying she talks to her womb. That's beautiful. Thank you. I've not had issues and stopped the pill about 2010 too. Didn't feel right anymore. Yeah, that was like me. Just couldn't deal with it. create the relationship, yeah, and she will reveal her wisdom. That's exactly right.
Do you think that the medical system could create a male pill, but they just don't?
Well, did they not talk about that a while ago?
I know, but if they can create one for women, I'm sure they can create one for men, but it's obviously a man's world.
It's definitely a man's world. I mean, we spoke about this at our last.
But really, it's
healing.
not a man's world. It's a women's world. That's the thing. The power lies in the women, but they've been beaten that much, and as you say, doing the ancestral lines, that they're led to believe that they're second best. But really,
No. Really what?
they're first.
And the other thing as well is when you're a really advanced soul, and you're here on a big mission, you've got a big purpose, you will find that you will be tested and challenged on your mission. So you'll probably look back over your life and think, you know, I've had a lot of challenges, and whatever that way is for that person, we're all different, but a lot of the times we're targeted via the womb, and that was certainly the case for me. I was targeted from a young age by like really dark individuals, and ended up in these toxic relationships with these dark individuals. And when I tune into it now, that I'm told, you know, it's because it was to target my womb. So when you're intimate with individuals who are, I suppose, are negatively polarised, if you want to put it that way, they can implant your womb space with negative energy imprints, and whatever's in the womb grows.
Dark seed.
It's a seed, yeah. So if you're getting imprinted and implanted with this negative energy signature at a young age, a teenager, and then you will continue that pattern, because you'll have that energy signature within your womb, and then you'll attract more of that into your reality, until you
Break the cycle.
break the cycle.
But then again, that comes from past lives as well. It can come from past lives, because the cycle's already keeps evolving through the ancestral pattern, through the ancestral lines, and that's why you're here to change that.
Yeah. I'm just sorry. Miriam saying she had cancer, coma at childbirth, wow, and miscarriage, but unsure of how to heal if related to past life traumas. Okay. I'm just feeling it, just probably like that, what she's doing, but I was just feeling into it a wee bit there. I think there's a lot of karma in there that I'm picking up on you.
I'm getting that it's coming from relationships, like, so whoever in the past or whatever, or whoever you've been with, or some of them, their seed wasn't clean, or it was there to target these things. So it's like, it could be like, as Diane's saying, past lives, but you've been targeted in this life.
Yeah.
By that energy, and that's with maybe sleeping with certain people or whatever. It's that seed is within, and that's what's grown in there because of it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but it's just what I was just saying there, and it's something that a lot of us have experienced, these really dark narcissistic relationships, because when you're an empath and you're a sensitive soul, you tend to attract these individuals into your life, and it can be karma as well, but it can also be, you know, you've got that lesson to learn. You need to learn that lesson, you need to learn those boundaries, and you need to learn to love yourself, and that's why it happens. That certainly was the case for me, but I don't think I'd necessarily think about how do I need to heal this. I would just focus on
clearing it,
healing the womb, and connecting to your womb, and working with your womb, and loving your womb, and really building that connection. And do you see what I mean? I wouldn't focus too much on I need to heal this. I would just focus on
release it.
I'm going to release this from my womb, and I'm going to connect back
Nurture.
into its power.
Nurture the womb.
Yeah, just working on the womb. You will clear all of that out anyway, just working on your womb.
Working on that whole area.
Yeah.
So you like, if you've got any kind of problems going on down there, just working on cleansing the whole area as well.
Another thing as well is a lot of us would have been priestesses, with our past timelines as priestesses or tantric priestesses as well. So a tantric priestess uses sexuality, the art of sexuality, to heal, and we subconsciously remember this as well. We subconsciously remember that we've got this ability to heal through the womb, we've got this ability to heal through our sexuality. But what that means is that we can draw a lot of damaged partners to us because we know that we can fix them through the power of our womb and through the power of our sexuality, and that can be another reason why these connections can form as well. That's something that I discovered in my journey. So it can be that you know that power of the womb can heal others, so you use your sexuality to try and heal others, but doesn't really work, does it? You end up you're the one that needs the healing eventually.
They got away healed. They're alright. They feel healed.
Yeah, body always rejected the pills. I was the same. The coil as well. Everything that I tried, birth control wise, my body just did not like it. But now when I look back, I'm like, alright, that was my sensitivity. It was my body telling me this isn't right for you. That don't do this. But we need to listen to our bodies. That's
We
the
need to
thing.
listen to each other, like women.
Yeah.
I mean, how many women have got the same stories? So when does the penny drop that there's obviously something dark and delirious? It's like there's an agenda there somewhere. It's like you don't just like get flung on the pill at 10-year-old and everything's going to be alright. I mean, 99% of women have got some sort of problem at some point. A lot of it can be coming from other physical problems as well.
Yeah, I mean, they talk a lot about childbirth and how that, affects your pelvic floor and prolapse and things like that, but in reality, a lot of that comes from our unhealthy guts.
Yeah, the leaky gut, diverticulitis,
Chronic constipation. And
all of them are related. That's the thing. Is like you don't realise that that's the gut's got a big part in it. A big part because it becomes like a soup bowl. You just end up basically shitting in your pelvis. That's what you do, and the next minute everything's swimming in that. So it's like you're burning from the inside out. You're just toxic. I know it doesn't sound too nice to speak about these things, but it's like it's happening on a very large scale. This kind of thing, and that's what a lot of women will have: urinary problems, urinary infections, endometriosis, all these kind of things. It's all coming. All of these things come from your gut. Clear out the gut, you'll notice a massive difference in all of these. I mean, I've done it myself. I've cleared out my gut, and it's saved my life basically. And that I mean, I can't stress enough how much that journey alone of clearing out the gut. And I don't mean like having to do all this, spend thousands of pounds and doing all these courses and all these things, and just gentle, and you can do it easily. I just done it with water and a few other nutraceuticals at the start, and just done it like consistently every day, and made sure it, and like, watching what I was eating, mindful of what I was putting into my body, mindful of what I was drinking, or what I was. That's the way to do it. It's just clearing out and make sure you got the toilet.
Yeah,
that's the thing. If you're not releasing it, it's sticking somewhere or it's gone somewhere, and then unfortunately that is that pelvic soup bowl that the women have got, and basically it's just you're seeping everywhere, and that's how you end up with inflammation. It's when people think they're overweight. It's inflammation. You're just full of shit. That's the thing. I know it. Literally, that's true. Your thighs are getting bigger, but it's just you're just burning from the inside out. You're inflamed. That's what's happening. You're toxic. You end up with hernias. You end up with all these kind of things, scar tissue, crystallization, everything. And that's clearing it out. It's key.
Yeah, 'cause it's all connected, and that's the thing. Like it's you know, they don't really connect women's reproductive health with, you know, their abdominal health, and really that they're all connected. And if you've got issues with your gut and you've got issues in your abdomen, you're going to have issues with your womb.
It sits above it.
Yeah, so it's
If you've got leaky gut and it's dripping down all the time, that's the thing. And I mean, leaky gut. I mean, you can get these things like just. I don't know, maybe even through the medication that you're taking, that could be one of the causes of it, you know, and then obviously it's dripping down, and that's like, so that's how they know that it's going to be. You're going to have to get them taken out at some point.
Yeah. So we just wanted to talk a little bit about that, but it's important to work on the womb as a woman, also as a man, because as a woman, you're transmuting through the womb. So anytime you're intimate with somebody, man or woman, you're transmuting that energy through your womb space. So you're also like transmuting whatever sexual partners your partners had, and we found this out through our relationship. That I was feeling the energy of Gary's ex-partners, and I kept saying to him, like, I can feel your ex, and it was like they were in the room. That's what it felt like, because obviously I'm so sensitive as well, but it was because he had trauma stored in that space from his ex-relationships, and I was transmuting it through my womb. So when we were being intimate, I was feeling that trauma that he had stored in his womb space, and I said to him, I think you need to do some womb healing, didn't I?
Aye.
So we done some together, and what happened?
My ex-girlfriend was sitting on chairs in her room, in Diane's room. We're sitting there just waiting to be released.
Yeah. So, were they not in your room?
No, that was your room, wasn't it?
It was your
room.
room.
Was your room.
Was it me?
It was yours, you were saying that. Was it not yours? Aye, because I'd put them in your room.
But you put them in my room? So they were waiting in my room then? Great.
It wasn't in my room.
Bloody great. Yeah, so the reason we're telling you that is it's important that men
That's how
clear
you
out.
could feel them.
That's how I could feel them, yeah. So it's important that men clear out that area as well. It's not just women, and it's important that we focus on it as the power centre that it is, you know, instead of being so focused on, you know, trying to connect to other beings and trying to connect to higher realms and connect to our guides and connect to yourself by connecting to your womb.
And when you do that with the womb as well, you're connecting to Mother Gaia as well. You're grounded in. Also, it's the mother.
Yeah, it's and you connect to your. I mean, as I said, my womb healing abilities were downloaded. I was then shown where I had a huge sisterhood wound, and that had come from lifetimes of you know, working in these kind of sisterhoods, and I suppose the distortion that was in these sisterhoods as well, where women were pitted against each other and encouraged to like betray each other, and the patriarchy kind of, you know, and different things coming between the sisterhood, infiltration, distortion, and the women then ended up turning on each other, and there was a lot of betrayal wounds that I carried from that, and a lot of sisterhood wounds, and that runs right through my ancestral line. When I look back, that runs right through the ancestral line, and it's a targeted attack on the sisterhood, a targeted attack on the power of the womb, and they don't want women to A, connect into the power of their womb, and B, to connect to their sisters, and for them all to connect womb to womb, because when women connect womb to womb and heart to heart in a true sisterhood connection, they unlock the magic and mystery of their ancient ancestors and of Mother Earth, of Gaia. They unlock so many keys, they unlock so many codes, and they become extremely powerful, and that's what they fear. So that's why there is so much kind of distortion around, you know, pitting women against each other, and demasculating the masculine as well. There's so many attacks on our sexuality and our sexual centres. Pornography is just one example. If you look at pornography, it's just a mind control tool. It's a weapon that's to distort our sexuality, because they know that our sexual power is our spiritual power, it's our creative power. So the more they distort your sexual power, the more they get you to give it away, the more they harvest that energy, the less you're going to tap into your power and the less you're going to do what you came here to do. So it's all done by design. I don't know about your rant there.
Wonder Woman.
Put on the pill at 17 after giving birth. We're told it was the norm, didn't know any different. Yeah, exactly. I was talking about at our last womb healing how I get given this big container. It was about this size for painful periods. I think I'd went with period pain. I was only a teenager, and they gave Ponstan, it was called. They gave me a big tub this size, and I ended up just swallowing a big handful of them. And my boyfriend and me had a fight and collapsed in a heap at the bottom of the stairs, like trying to. Don't think I was seriously trying to kill myself, but that I suppose that's what I was thinking at the time. And it's like
They're all dangerous.
really. I don't know if you still get them, but
They
really.
were about that size, they were a bit like rugby balls.
Big capsule things,
Massive.
and I get a big tub that size, like it was massive, and I was a
I've
teenager.
overdosed on them.
So it just makes you question, like, why would you give that to a young child? Why is that normal? Why is that normalised? Why is it normalised for children to get put in the pill? Why is it normalised for you know? I was going to say like. I was going to say something there and I'm like, maybe don't go there, but why is it, it's just like you need to question these things, we need to be looking at these things, and it's like it is an agenda, and it's up to us to break that programming and to teach that, you know, the womb is sacred, it is a sacred portal, and it is our centre of power, and it's got to be nurtured and treated as the sacred centre that it is.
Nourished,
nurtured, loved,
respected.
Respected, that's a big one.
Yeah, respect your womb.
I am in a narcissistic relationship. Okay, I am grateful, going through the lesson, grateful for it though. Yeah.
You're in a narcissistic relationship?
Yeah. I think we've all been there, Miriam, or a lot of us will identify with that. But that's one way to kind of, I suppose, affect your womb health as well. When we're in these relationships where we're not honoured and respected and loved and have our needs met as well. But once you start to work in your womb, I would say to you, start to work in your womb, get some womb healing, do your own womb healing. You can do yoni steams as well, they're amazing. Just get yoni herbs, you get them on Etsy, you get them online, just put in yoni herbs and actually just do a steam, and it cleanses out the womb. You can use a yoni egg, a crystal egg to help clear out the womb space as well. There's loads of different guided meditations on YouTube as well. You can get a womb healing, but just start to make that commitment to connecting to your womb and healing your womb, and you will find that your womb will start to reject anybody that's not for your highest and greatest good. When your womb is kind of distorted and there's a lot of trauma and things there, you will attract that kind of dynamic. The lesson is about you loving yourself. That's what the lesson is always about. It's about, you know, do you love yourself enough to say no and put boundaries in place. There's a little thing come up on the screen, right? It's a little warning thing, and it means I can't see Gary's face, so I can literally just see a bit of his head. It's quite funny.
I know. I'll move it, but it'll just keep coming back.
It just keeps coming back. Thank
It's
you,
funny how it
Raven.
doesn't go to your side.
Got my hair done today. Loving the
You
hair.
know the wee arrows right up my nose. There's
At
back.
least you're not eating it. Stacey works for a gynae consultant. Any problems with periods? Yeah, they tell women to have a coil put in. Yeah, of course they do. And the thing is, it's like when you're,
Is that right?
yeah, that's what they do. I went to a gynaecologist once for issues, and I walked in the door and he didn't even ask, like, he didn't introduce himself or anything, and he just went, "Why are you not on the pill?" That was his opening line to me, and I was like, "Excuse me? Like, why are you not on the pill? If you were on the pill, you wouldn't have these issues." And I was like, "You don't even know me."
He was a janitor in Clean. He's like, "I'll take a look at it though." Take 2 of these. Only not your makeup.
It had been just as well as being the janitor.
He's just really pretty cold.
For as much use he was, to be honest.
Same coats they wear in it, janitors.
Brain, gut and womb are fascinating topics. I love it, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, the gut's the first brain.
And the thing is, it's like, if we've got an issue, it's because we're out of balance and we're out of alignment. Everything comes down to being out of balance. So there's an energetic balance, or there's an emotional balance, a physical imbalance. There's some sort of imbalance there, but the medical profession doesn't look at any sort of imbalance. They just treat symptoms. That's all they do. They treat symptoms.
With a pill.
And I know that because I worked there for 20 years, so I know that's exactly what they do. And I don't think it's because the people that work there mean harm or anything like that. It's just programming. You're just programmed that that's what you do, and that's for the best for the person. And it's not until you awaken to that system and you start to question these things that you start to look at the alternatives that are out there. And there is alternatives.
Well, the alternatives were the real ones before it. The alternatives were the real medicines. So they were
Initially,
up to 100 years ago, before it all changed.
And the thing about your womb as well is a lot of people are, they're looking for abundance, they're wanting to manifest abundance into their life. If your womb and your sacral chakra is blocked, you will have abundance blocks, because if you think about it, your womb is your centre of creation. So how can you create abundance in your life if your creative centre is blocked? So you can do all the manifestation kind of rituals that you want, but if you're not working on the lower chakras, your sacral and your womb, you won't be able to manifest abundance into your life, because that is where we create from. You like that?
Because you were doing that,
I was doing it, man. That is where we create from. I was doing it like a dinosaur. But that is where we create from.
What is going on?
So it's very important for abundance as well. We hold a lot of abundance keys and codes in the womb, and when you clear out all the shit, when you clear out all the trauma, whatever's in there, and you start to connect into the power of the womb, you will unlock your keys and codes of abundance as well. And it's just got such an important role in our well-being, our sexual well-being, our vitality, our obviously connected to our urinary system as well.
I'm trying to see my face.
Like that. And it's all about letting go as well. So when you start to heal your womb, you start to be able to let go of things. Like we can hold on to things, can't we? We can hold on to pain and trauma and experiences that we've had, and we can find it like really difficult to let go and release them, and we maybe replay them over and over again. Once you start to heal your womb, you start to let go. Because you start to live in flow. So you start to live in flow, and you're connected to the earth, and you're clearing out all these belief systems and kind of programs that are in there that
patriarchal wounds,
keeping you stuck in karmic loops, keeping you stuck in healing loops, keeping you stuck repeating the same patterns, all of these things. When you start to clear out your womb, heal the womb, you're clearing all of that out. It's so powerful. Can't really tell you enough how powerful it is. How powerful is it?
I think you just did tell.
It's really powerful. And the other thing as well is, once you heal the womb, you're like, my whole life changed when I got womb healing. And I didn't think I needed womb healing. That was the best of it. Didn't think I needed it, and I was offered it, and I thought, okay, I'll try that. And it was like being reborn. It's the only way I can describe it. I got it distantly from a woman in Australia. I didn't really feel much.
That's the thing, you just hit on your rebirth.
Yeah.
That is rebirth.
It really is. I didn't really feel anything at the time. I felt calm, but I didn't really feel anything. But afterwards, I felt like a different person. And she said to me, everything that was in there, you know, like ex-partners or whatever, it's like, it's totally gone. She said, you're a new you now. That was the word she used to me. You're a new you now. And I was like, all right. And that's exactly how I felt. It was like a new me. It was like that old kind of traumatized, kind of fucked up version of me wasn't there anymore.
I can't believe you were fucked up.
No, I wasn't. I was really fucked up.
You're still fucked up.
Well, you're my shadow, so
We're fucked up together.
so yeah, it is a total. It's a rebirth. It is a rebirth. It's purification.
Thanks, Debbie.
It's connecting. I'm gonna get my hair done more often. I'm getting these compliments.
I thought you were talking to me then.
It's connecting back to the goddess within you, the goddess within you. It's all in your womb space. It's connecting to that like Christ consciousness, that goddess frequency and energy. It's so empowering. Does anybody else have any more questions?
Or any more stories?
Stories. I got the pill when I got my first period. I got age 13.
See that, Stacey,
She was nowhere near intercourse then, so she wasn't even sexually active, and she's getting the pill at 13, and she's mad now. Thinking about the disempowerment.
A lot of them say it's for your hormones, and I was getting my ears just started ringing. And a lot of them say it's to balance your hormones.
Or for acne as well. It's another reason they give it.
Is the gynecologist you work for male or female?
That's a good question.
Seems to be a lot of male gynecologists.
And I always used to think that. I used to think, like, why are they always male? Why are they always male?
Strange.
You think
It's a strange thing for a man to get into. I don't know if it must do the other side as well.
What do you mean the other side?
It must do men as well.
Gynecologists?
Aye, but they're different. They might have other
Gynecologists don't do men.
but they might have other qualifications.
No, that's a urologist.
Aye, well, urologist. It might be a urologist and a gynecologist.
A urogyne?
A urogyne.
You get them. Aye.
Do you?
You're right. You get a urogyne.
Mm.
Aye. But I think that's still for women. So that's what we wanted to talk about.
Hope it wasn't too boring.
Yeah, too boring. About the womb transformation. It's
Never boring speaking about the womb.
It's a portal of transformation, and signs that you might have a blocked sacral chakra. So detachment, isolation, loneliness, low libido,
Richard mind.
overindulgence in sexual fantasy,
Urinary problems.
codependency,
Kidneys. Kidney dysfunction.
just kidneys,
No, kidney dysfunction.
sexual and reproductive issues. You stole some of my words. Hip, pelvis and back pain. He's actually stealing my words. Stop stealing my words, get your own.
They're my words as well.
And another thing, when you do have a lot of womb trauma, you might not feel safe. That's another thing. You might not feel safe or able to receive. You can't get into that receiving state, and you can't get into a flow state, and you're unable to connect with your divine feminine or your feminine energy within, because you're disconnected from your womb. So a lot of women are in their masculine energy more than they are in their feminine energy. They're in that kind of doing, taking action, always on the go, always rushing about, always dealing with this, that and the next thing, and they don't take time to actually connect into themselves and connect into their true essence of who they truly are as a woman. And when you're always in that masculine energy, it's difficult to receive the guidance from source. It's difficult to receive the guidance from Mother Earth and to feel that connection. So you need to make time and space and commitment and set intention to create that healing within yourself.
Try and do it once a week.
Yeah, and it's an ongoing thing. It's not just a one-off thing. So you can
Watch the power.
yeah, the power will come back to you the more womb healing you do, because what you're basically doing is you're retrieving parts of your soul. It's a womb reclamation process, and you're reclaiming your womb sovereignty. So your womb sovereignty is having authority over your womb. So you're reclaiming wherever that authority has been taken from you, and that can be like through partners, it can be through the medical profession, it can be through like past lives, it can be, there's all different ways that we lose a sovereignty and authority over our womb. So womb reclamation is about reclaiming that sovereignty, and by reclaiming that sovereignty you reclaim the power of the woman. It's not just power, it's knowledge, it's gifts, it's wisdom, there's so much to be gained from connecting to your womb.
Sexuality as well.
Sexuality.
Let your body be free.
Yeah. And also your kundalini. The more you work on your sacral chakra the more your kundalini can rise as well, and rise up through the body, and you can reach enlightenment. It's also very good for the sexuality. I can see Gary and I like
The caftans.
like Meet the Fockers, the family, what's the other one's called?
The Fockers.
Is it the Fockers? Aye, the Fockers, like the Fockers, and she's a sex therapist, and
Yeah, they're the ones that.
they've got their own wee place in Puerto Rico or something like that. And they have sex all the time. I can see us ending up like that. And
With a hat on the door.
aye, the hat on the door, and
Or the chicken.
and we're just go about talking about the womb and sexuality and stuff.
Right.
I can see that happening.
So can I
I
actually.
can see Gary with a Hawaiian shirt.
Aye, definitely. Yeah, medallion.
I brought through millions of soul fragments in my room. I remember you telling me this, Helen. Released 3 years ago and changed my life. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, he was a male doctor, of course he was. I remember you telling me that. Because there's also the cosmic womb, isn't there? So when we heal our own wombs and connect to the power of our own womb, we can then connect into the cosmic womb. Yeah, so that's
the
what...
The room is like the centre of the universe.
Exactly, that is the centre of the universe. You need to connect to your own womb to be able to connect into that power. But that's the way I see us going, like the Fockers.
Come join us in our retreats.
I could see us like
Having a retreat in Puerto Rico.
talking about sexuality, doing all this to each other.
Writing books.
No, doing all that.
Showing people how to do it.
Doing stuff like this.
Like clap a donkey. Hee-haw, hee-haw, hee-haw. Watch my Did there a donkey noise?
There was a donkey.
Hee-haw.
So does anybody have anything to add to that?
Or anything to take away from it?
Yoni steams, mentioned that. Yoni eggs, amazing. Also like herbs are amazing.
Aye, I was just about to get to that part.
Yeah, herbs.
Nettles.
Um,
Red raspberry leaf. It's good as well. It's good, isn't it?
it's very good.
Yep.
Black cohosh.
Moringa leaf.
Moringa.
Moringa is good.
Mushrooms as well.
Oh, make room for the mushroom.
The mushroom. We're really old. Probably people don't even know that.
What, mushrooms?
Know that. Make room for the mushroom.
No, but they've heard it now.
Yeah.
You took mushrooms?
There's different types of mushroom that are really beneficial for the womb as well, and also if you're menopausal, so I'm menopausal, I've not had a period for months, can't even remember, I don't even count, I don't even think about it, so there's all this...
It should be called womenopausal.
Yeah, but there's all this about, menopause, like I was in Primark the other day and they've actually got like menopause pants, and I was, they've got these pants and they say menopause, and I was thinking like, how do these work?
The men who pause.
Yeah, they've actually got big menopause pants, and then when I looked at them, it was they've got some sort of technology that keeps you cool, and I was thinking, fucking hell.
So does silk.
They're actually into everything.
Silk keeps you cool and hot.
But what I was going to say is I've not had a period for months, and I take star food. So star food has got market in it. It's a natural adaptogen, and I've been taking that for over 2 years now, maybe about 2.5 years. And I didn't start taking it for like period health or anything like that. I started taking it for my ascension because it helps you with the physical symptoms of your light body activating, your DNA activating. Started taking it for that, and it naturally regulated my hormones. So I was in perimenopause before that, but it just naturally regulated my hormones, and then I just slipped into menopause, and I just started thinking like, I'm not even having a period, and I don't have a single symptom. Not a single symptom, and
not
one single symptom. I don't have a night sweat. I don't have like all these things that people talk about. Brain fog. I'm probably the healthiest I've ever been. I'm the most energetic I've ever been. I'm the most creative. I'm the most productive I've ever been. I'm the happiest I've ever been. And I'm like, all this stuff about menopause. It's like, you know, it's the end of the world. The end of the world is nigh. And it's all. I said to my guides, I was like, surely like this isn't it. Like, this can't be menopause. It can't be menopause because of everything that you've read about menopause and how bad it's going to be. And I used to work with a lot of middle-aged women. All they did was fucking moan and eat cake and talk about how fucking hot it was and stuff like that. And I used to think, I don't want to be like that. Anyway, my guide said to me, yeah, it's menopause. They said, it's all programming. It's all programming. Women are programmed to think that when they get to a certain age, you know, they're going to have night sweats, they're going to have brain fog, they're going to feel terrible, they're going to have this. So you're pre-programmed to believe that that's what's going to happen, and then when something happens, you run to the doctor, you get a medication, or you get HRT.
So that gives you the next step of the programming.
So it's for me anyway, personally, I don't even think about it. I don't even think about it because I don't have a symptom. I feel well. There's a lot of benefits to it. It's good for your sex life.
The thing is, these things are probably like natural for you as well. You don't realise it, but you're programmed to think that, okay, I'm going through menopause now, and there's a kind of start, middle, and end to this menopause, and it's like it's going to be this, that, and that. Whereas it's like it's probably a natural occurrence. If you were to, so you as soon as you get a symptom, you go to the doctors, as Diane says, and then that's a rocky road to ruin.
And it's another attack again, because if you think about it, we have these like 3 phases that they call of as a woman, isn't it? And when you're going into menopause, it's like the crone phase. So it's like your elder phase in life, where it's actually where you're your most wise and you're most powerful, and you've been through that period of, you know, childbirth or raising children, or that period of your life, and you've moved into this different phase, and it's just another attack, you know, because they don't want women to realise the power that they hold in their later years, and the wisdom that they hold, and the knowledge that they hold. So it's like they attack them at every level. So it's now like you're going into pre-martin, you need certain periods, certain pants. because you're in menopause, and I'm like, wow, what utter shit.
They make money out of anything.
And people jump on it. People actually buy these things.
Literally, man, instead of just doing the work yourself.
Instead of just going, maybe it's my body I need to look at.
Listen to your body, man, it'll give you all the answers.
My pants.
I mean, that's brilliant.
I bought a couple of pairs of numbers.
I've been wearing them. They're actually dead comfy.
And the other thing I would say to you as well is, like, I feel like that my sexuality, my sexuality is stronger the older I'm getting, rather than the other way about.
Well, I think that's natural. That's a natural thing. A lot of women go through the menopause and come out the other side more sexual.
Yeah.
So I think that's a natural thing, but you've been programmed to believe that it's not. It's not. It's a natural. Your body's just changing, and you've got to remember that these programs have been running for a very long time, and it's like you only need to be running for 50 years for everybody to forget what actually happened before then. So if it's been going on for like 100 years, it's like the people who would naturally know, like the quacks and stuff, the real quacks, the quackery people, who would have had the natural herbs and stuff for these regulation to regulate these things, which is what Diane found out with the maca, with the star food. So this is natural stuff.
Yeah.
That you're taking, and this is regulating it. So it's like, just be mindful of these things and start like questioning stuff. This is the thing, people don't question it anymore. They just take this some person who sits somewhere in a big chair, and they just take all their stuff as the gospel. It's like, start questioning things and looking into other alternatives. The alternatives were there before anything else, and they were wiped out 100 years ago through the medical system when they started using petroleum-based pharmaceuticals. So just remember that when you're taking pharmaceuticals, they're all petroleum-based. It's the same company that owns the pharmaceutical company that owns the petrol company.
We're going to get shot, aren't we?
Aye.
Just want to say we're of sound mind.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I get Ellie saying, just telling people who don't believe in it. No, I don't believe in it. I'm like,
We came here natural. We started natural, so.
yeah, it's a natural part of a woman's cycle, a woman's life, and it's been highly, highly medicalised.
Everything's natural, that's the thing.
And I think we need to go back to more of, basics, and you don't have to get medical treatment for something that's a natural part of your life.
Most of these illnesses and conditions they weren't even heard of 100 years ago. It's only since the medical system came on board that a lot of these things, everything's coming.
Yeah, it's about healing healing yourself on every level, mind, body and soul, and we talk about this a lot, and
spiritual.
Everything we do, we don't just work on a spiritual level or an emotional level, we work on a physical level as well. So along with like the work that I do in my womb, where I do regular yoni steams, I use my yoni egg, I do a lot of womb healing on myself, we also do the physical body work on my gut and on my womb as well. So that's breaking down anything in the physical body and releasing emotions that are trapped there, and like we're dedicated to it. It's like we take this journey very seriously, and it is a mission and a lifestyle for us. It's like there's nothing else. This is our life. It literally is. So it's like we're obsessed with our mission. We really, really are, and we're obsessed with healing and becoming the best version of ourselves.
So that we can then give that to the universe and give it to everybody else.
It's not just about giving it away. It's about like being the happiest and the most content and the most physically well that you can be, and the most vibrant and the most healthy, especially when when we look back at our younger years. I mean, I had a lot of years where I was really unhappy, I was really disconnected from myself, I was in addiction, I was going out partying all the time, I was in unhappy relationships, and it's like I've got to this point in my life where I've actually connected with who I truly am for the first time in my life, and like I'm absolutely loving tapping into my femininity and connecting to my womb, and drink lots of nice herbal teas and drinking nice juices and smoothies, and actually nurturing myself after like years of neglect and years of being unhappy, and I never ever thought I would feel this happy or feel this good the way I feel now. And I'm 50 this year, so it just shows you it's never too late.
I'm happy this is recorded.
You'll go like that. Yeah, so you forgot what you were saying yesterday.
Rewind.
Ellie says she loves yin yoga. Yeah, I've been getting into yoga a lot as well.
I've been doing yoga as well.
Two's really great for releasing, isn't it?
Brilliant for flexibility. So I love it. It's really good. It's good for opening up with the meridians as well.
Yeah.
Great for letting the emotions flow through your body.
Miriam says she thinks it's getting stronger because we're more aligned with ourselves, definitely.
Of course, because you've been through all the shit That's the thing.
instead of external stuff just within, so strong boundaries and no energy leakage either. Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
100%. Thank you for coming on, Emma. Love you.
Love you.
So
You can watch the.
she'll watch the replay. So we've been doing we do womb healing, and it's our own womb healing that we've kind of channeled in. It's very, very powerful, and we do that 2-to-1. But we've also been doing womb healing events. So we've done a few circles, haven't we, that have been amazing. Just sitting listening to everybody's stories, yeah. What they've been through, what they've experienced, and what they've overcome. I mean, the last womb healing we did, it was really like humbling to sit and listen to the women who were there and the struggles that they've been through, the adversity that they've faced, the attacks, the everything. It wasn't it? It was like, and they'd overcome it all.
Aye. And that's the thing, they're coming out the other side of it. Reclaiming the womb.
Yeah, and they're now starting to really connect back into their womb and take their power back, and it's really it's an honour to facilitate these healings for people and to do it together as well, because it's like I feel like I'm repeating myself. I feel like it's that masculine, that loving energy of the masculine, that loving, supporting pillar of the masculine energy coming in and doing that healing, and when we do it together, I feel it's extra powerful, because a lot of these women, that's what they need. They need that divine masculine balance to come in as well. So it's a good job you're there.
Yeah, even if it's just on my looks.
And I didn't want him doing the womb healing with me either. It didn't. I don't know. He kept saying to me about doing the womb healing with me, and I was like, nah, that's for women.
It's for women only.
For you. No, you're not doing it with me.
To an extent, I can see that, but then again, maybe you need a man to see it from a woman's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
For me to speak up and say my bit about women, and to go the opposite side and see the men and speak to the men about these things and speak up.
So we're going to be doing we're just going to do it. I can't speak properly today.
She can't speak.
I can't speak properly. We're going to do a little womb healing for you now, a little short womb healing. And we are going to be doing an online womb healing in May. I've not put the date out yet. I think probably the end of May. So that anybody who would like to receive womb healing in a group setting who's unable to kind of come to Glasgow can receive the womb healing, and that'll be a group session as well. But it is really powerful. Where are you going?
I'm going home. If I can get it.
We'll try to trip him up and kill him there. So we'll be doing one in May as well, but I'll get details out about that soon. The sharing circles are really special, Helen, you're right, and I think they're so powerful, aren't they, when we can get together and actually share and connect in that way. I think it really amplifies the power. Like the womb healings that we've done have been so special, really, really special. And it is an honour. It's an honour to do womb healing, facilitate. Thank you, Danielle. So awaken Gary coming back, and then we'll do a little womb healing, shall we? I'm just going to have a wee drink of water. Drink of water. Excuse me while I slurp. Guess who's back?
Who is it?
You.
Or me?
You're back.
So isn't this?
So if you want to just start getting nice and comfortable, we're going to do a short womb healing. Get yourself a little blanket or a pillow, whatever you need. What are you doing?
I'm fixing stuff. I'm breaking stuff.
turn the light off and then it goes all bloody fuzzy fuzz.
Fuzz.
Okay, so I'm going to turn this light off because it's quite bright. And turn the music up just a little bit as well. Okay, so get yourself nice and comfortable. And just begin to relax.
Is it loud enough?
Turn it a little wee bit. And when you're ready, just close your eyes. And just take your attention to your breath. Just feel as the breath flows in and out, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And just begin to relax and let go of the day. Taking this time to connect into your sacred womb and to release and receive from her. Let's call protection in, just to protect and seal the space throughout this transmission. We call in to join us the Seraphim Angelic Order to surround and protect from all directions and throughout all dimensions of time and space. And we call in the Oraphim Angelic Order to surround and protect us throughout all dimensions of time and space and from all directions. We also call in the Anahazi, the Lyrans, to surround and protect us from all directions and throughout all dimensions of time and space. And as they come in, they activate the Lyran white flame. Call in the threefold flame. And call in a pillar of divine union to activate throughout all dimensions of our fields. We call for a pillar of Mother Gaia grounding to activate throughout all dimensions of our fields. We call in the Holy Grail Queens, the goddesses, to join us now. Just feel as they step in, they will assist with this healing. This may be Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, White Buffalo Calf Woman, Goddess Isis. There are many Grail Queens. Just know that whoever is required will step in and assist for you at this time. Thank you for your presence and assistance. So just continue to focus on your breathing, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And just feel now there's a beautiful golden ray of solar light and energy travelling down from the cosmic central sun down through the earth sun, from the sun god Ra, begins to travel down This golden ray of light is extremely powerful. It's going to come down into your space, through your physical body, and illuminate the heart and the womb space, showing you everything that is ready to be released at this time. This could be many things. Could be trauma, bereavement, ex-partners and loved ones, emotional blocks, physical ailments. It could be something that you've absorbed from someone else. Trauma bonds, collective energy from wars or disasters, tragedies, from across the planet or the universe, as we are conduits of energy. You can absorb energy that is not just related to this physical reality that you're experiencing. So just receive this beautiful ray of solar light, solar consciousness now, as it comes into your space. And as it does so, it seals your space from any negative interference, just filling it up with pure golden solar light. And it travels down to above your head now. Travelling down to your soul star chakra above your head. Entering the soul star. Filling up with beautiful golden light. Travelling down now to the causal chakra, down to the crown, entering your physical body now. Travelling down your face, your head, down your neck, filling you up with this beautiful golden light. And this golden light now travels down into your heart space. Begins to fill up your heart space, filling up the entire space of your heart, your higher heart. And just feel this beautiful, warm, loving ray as it swirls throughout your heart and higher heart, filling it up, shining light into every corner. And as it travels through your heart space, take a moment now to feel or see or sense what this light is illuminating as it shines into your heart. What do you see or feel? What do you sense? This solar light is a beautiful bright light, like a torchlight, that will illuminate anything that needs to be released from your heart space or your higher heart at this moment in time. Take a moment to truly feel into this. What is coming up for you now? Maybe from your childhood, past partner or a family member, friends, jobs, past experiences, parents. You may be shown that there's some grief or trauma, some hurt or anger or fear or physical or emotional pain that needs to be released. Take a moment to focus on what it is you would like to release now, as this beautiful golden solar ray cleanses, clears and purifies your sacred heart space. And as it travels through the heart space, just feel as it transmutes this energy now. It's transmuted to light. Just release whatever you would like to release into the light. And as you release into the light, it slowly begins to move, travelling down now from your heart, travelling down towards your sacred womb, your sacral chakra or your hara if you're a man. And as it travels down, just feel the emotions that are attached to whatever you are releasing at this time, and just let it flow with this golden ray of solar energy. Let it flow now. If you feel emotional, just go with the flow. Be open to release. As this beautiful golden ray of light and source energy now travels down into your sacred womb space, totally engulfing the womb. And just feel now as it travels around, illuminating every corner. You may see your womb space like a cave. There may be darkness, and this golden ray is travelling down into every corner, every area, completely illuminating it. And as it does this, just take a moment to feel into this cave, sacred cave. Take a moment to just feel and see what's there. Whatever you need to know at this time will be shown to you now with the golden ray. What's stored there? What do you see? What do you feel? What do just allow whatever you're seeing, feeling, sensing, experiencing, just allow it to come to the surface. Don't resist it. Just feel it. You're safe to release this now. It is time to reclaim the power of your sacred womb. So as the golden ray travels around your womb like a flashlight, illuminating any darkness, whatever you're releasing at this time will now be engulfed in a beautiful golden bubble. It's time for you to release this back to source. Just feel, sense as the golden ray travels round your womb, creating a bubble or bubbles of whatever is being released, whatever is being illuminated to light, whatever is in those corners of the cave. Just feel and sense now as beautiful golden bubbles form around them. And feel into any emotions attached to this experience now, whatever you're seeing or releasing. As whatever trauma or pain or wounding you're letting go of today is now wrapped up in a beautiful golden bubble. It's time to release them with love. Take a moment to say anything that you wish to say at this beautiful moment. It's time to free yourself from these attachments. Just watch and feel now as these golden bubbles, there may be one, there may be many, feel as they start to leave your body, as they start to exit the womb space. They just float out of your body, one by one. They float out and your womb space is completely filled with light. As they float out of your body, they may float up, they may float down, up to source above or down to Mother Gaia below. They're leaving you now, returning to source. Mother, Father, God. Allow them to take these burdens from you now. And as they move towards Mother Earth or into the cosmos, you just see them popping and becoming a beautiful golden mist. And as this happens, just feel all emotions, connections, attachments to these events, these individuals or circumstances just disappear from your mind, your heart and your sacred womb. As the bubbles float away and turn into mist, you just let it all go. Just let it all go. Mushiataya rakito nakatinohaya tiamonataya moshia katinoaya miatoya kiasutunoaya kiatonaya kiatonaya sikimonataya kiata kiashukumanahia koaya kiatoshukumanaya siataya hatiana shatianaya.
Shina toko yota tayini manataka onosho toyoko toyataya. Tayanama shana nakatata otoyo toyoko kotayo toyoshoko. Tanamata inishinine kotoko shinakamata. Tanashinine kototo to shininimata kototo to shinibedinkita. Hayana mataya. Hanamaya tanama.
Take your attention now back to the top of your head. As you look up, you begin to feel and see another ray coming down into your space. A vibrant ray full of joy, love, fun. This is the rainbow ray from the Aurora New Earth. The rainbow ray carries all the rays of creation. And it is bringing down new codes, energy, frequency, completely revitalizing and rejuvenating you, taking you to a higher frequency, a higher level of consciousness and awareness. This ray is so loving, it's so joyous, magical, mystical. It feels so healing. So it's this beautiful rainbow ray of light. It's a crystalline rainbow ray of light. Begins to travel down to your soul star above your head. You may see the rainbow, feel the rainbow as it travels down, raising the frequency of your space, coming down through the soul star chakra above your head, down into your crown, travelling down your body through the third eye and the throat, Coming down into the higher heart and into the heart space. And as it moves around your heart, just feel as it activates your heart and your higher heart with the new aura, new earth aurora frequency encoding. Just feel that beautiful rainbow aurora magic code and love. Moshanapayataya sikia toshanaya mataya. Miato shukoto mania hataya kiata sikito shukumanaya kiataya. Miasia totoaya taya. Mushono toaya tiana Maya hiataya. How do you feel at this moment? Just take a moment to let your heart and your higher heart fill up, completely fill up with the magic of this ray. You may see colours, you may feel colours as the different rays swirl around, activating your heart and higher heart. Now it begins to travel down your body once again. This rainbow ray down through the solar plexus and settling in the sacral chakra, the sacred womb, the hara, rebirthing this sacred space, raising its frequency, its vibration, shifting the consciousness of your womb, activating the creativity, the rays of creation, purifying, cleansing, clearing your sacred womb, swirling round all the colours of the rainbow. Filling your womb space with happiness, with love, with joy. Bringing in the new earth codes, the new earth frequency. Releasing the old timelines, the distorted timelines, the distorted matrix energies that have been held in the womb for so long are now being replaced with the new earth frequency. The new earth consciousness, the rainbow rays. Most of all, your womb space has been filled with pure, unconditional love. Moshanaya tiatoshoaya tayanaya. Kiatoya nataya. Motoya kiataya niatoshokotoaya. Kia sotomoaya kiata. Shiataya tosukoataya. Shianaya tia sotomoaya shiataya siata. Shiatono. Kukuaya, kukuaya, kuku. Kia kuku. Kia kuku kuku kuku. Kuku kukuaya, kuku 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 kuku. Kia kuya to kuku kuku. Just take a moment to receive from the beautiful rainbow ray. Just receive and give gratitude for what it brings you at this time. rainbow ray is now completely cleansed and purified and rebirthed this sacred space, raising its frequency and vibration, bringing in new codes, bringing in love, bringing in light. And it now begins to travel down from your sacred womb, down through your root chakra now, down your legs. Roots begin to form at the soles of your feet, and it travels down these roots. These roots go all the way down into the core of Mother Gaia. And the beautiful rainbow ray travels down your roots, travelling deep down into the core of Gaia. You're sending this aurora, new earth, rainbow ray to her. You're connected as above, so below. Completely open and connected to divine source, God source frequency. And just take a moment to bathe in that energy. Kushanaya tia sukutoaya taya. Mishianaya taya rakia tora sakitishia utuaya. Mushanaya rakia taya. Miatoshia taya rakia tora. Moshotora taya rasikia taya. Miatoya katisia mutushokumania taya. Miataya sukutushunaya. As you're connected now, above and below, give thanks for what you have received today, what you have released. Give thanks for this healing and purification, connection and love. We are now placed in a beautiful rainbow coloured bubble, and this will seal the healing you have received this evening and keep you safe and protected. We give thanks to the seraphim and the oraphim, to the Lyrans, as they step back now to leave. And you're grounded and connected to Mother Gaia. It is time now to come back to the present moment. So just take your attention back to your breath. Begin to focus on your breathing, its natural rhythm in and out. Bring your attention back to the present moment, back to the room you're in. Just start to gently wiggle your fingers and toes. When you're ready, just open your eyes. hope you enjoyed that. If anybody has got any feedback or any comments, please share them in the comments. We would love to hear them if you're happy to share. Just send us a little love heart. Let us know that all is well.
You're back in the room.
Boom, 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 back in the room. Obviously, if you're sleeping,
Don't use a love heart.
good night. It's okay to go to sleep.
Yes.
Just don't wake up.
No, wake up eventually.
Eventually,
Mhm.
yeah.
Wake up in the morning.
But not right now, if you don't want to.
If you don't want to.
So I hope you enjoyed that.
Anybody there?
I think we've got a few love hearts. I think a few people are back. Does anyone have any comments or any feedback they want to share? Or are you, maybe you're also zenned out? That's the teenager back, eh? Oh, lots of love hearts now, good.
Oh, aye.
Thought we'd lost you all there. I thought we've lost them.
Nods.
Oh, you're welcome, Marie. Did you enjoy that?
Welcome.
You're so welcome. Absolutely loved it. I didn't want to come back to the present moment. Ah, thank you. So much love. Ah, you're so welcome, Paula. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Yay.
Looking forward to it. Thank you for joining us and for your feedback. Thank you both. That was beautiful. The middle bit I can't recall as usual. Nicola, but really powerful. Oh, that's good. And it will, obviously it's a short womb healing, it's not a full womb healing, but it's still, you still may release in the days to come. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Hannah. She just arrived at the end but felt heart expansion. Oh, good. Thank you, Hannah, for your feedback.
Thank you.
Thank you, Danielle. That was beautiful. Thank you. The minute you brought in the rainbow ray, I really felt it. I was yawning and tummy gurgling like crazy. Plus lots of gold crowns, yay!
Yeah.
Getting your crown back. I love that. That's Ellie.
No, good on you.
Yeah. I love that, Ellie. That's gorgeous. Yeah, see you tomorrow, Paula. We're looking forward to it. I feel like we've not seen you for ages.
Ages.
Have we not?
No.
I was thinking, I haven't seen Paula for ages.
Where she went?
She's gone. Yeah, the rainbow ray's powerful, and it'll raise the frequency of the womb space and the heart space as well. So, but you might release in the days to come, so just be mindful of that. A white lion.
Yay.
Stacey had a white lion come in at the
Beautiful.
start. Can't remember much else, so that will be your lion and guide. Debbie couldn't stop yawning. You were yawning during it
Yeah,
as
I
well.
yawned. I loved it.
He was yawning.
I had a part in it, but I was like, kept forgetting. Because I was away in it.
Yeah, that's a release, Debbie. Yeah, that's good. Releasing and transmuting. You're welcome, Amanda. It's nice to see you, Amanda Green.
Oh, hello.
Hello. So much heat. That's good. Heat. Releasing as well, isn't it? Moving energy. Thank you so much for all your lovely feedback
Yay.
and comments. And thank you for joining us and listening to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super.
Super duper. So what have we got? Yeah, as I said, we're going to be doing a womb healing, a group womb healing on Zoom. We will be doing our full Divine Love womb healing ceremony and session that we do in person. So we'll be doing one on Zoom. I think the end of May. We're going to. I was going to say we're going to release details soon. I was saying that as if I'm Justin Bieber or something. Is it too late now to say sorry? Aye. So we're going to share details of that soon. We've also got a Blue Avian Light Language attunement and calibration coming up as well, 17th of May. We've got spaces available for that as well.
That's
We've also got an
that's
offer.
online as well.
That's online, yeah. We've also got an offer on our soul reading and divine blueprint activations.
Yay.
Until the end of April, they are £66.
Normally 88.
Normally 88, yes. And they're really powerful as well, really powerful activations. So,
And also the Wolf Non-Surgical. We've got a wee deal on that as well.
yeah.
So it's a 45-minute session for £45, which is half a session basically. What it usually is. So if you're just up for trying it, or you're not too sure about it, come along. And that's up to the end of April as well, but you can schedule your dates up to the end of May. And it's very, very powerful, so if you get any sciatica or back problems, abdominal problems, migraines, TMJ problems, anything, anywhere.
If you want a facelift?
If you want facelift, just the emotions that release for these things as well, back problems, shoulder, neck, you name it, anything, ankle, knee, any elbow, any part of the body, give us a shout.
Yeah. You should have my lovely husband work on you. Work on your body.
With the elbow.
No, not with that. No. It's all for me.
The elbow.
Elbow. Anyway, very sexual tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, you are.
Am I?
That's that menopause.
So it's like a lot of this menopause has turned me into a...
That's what that maca does for you.
Yeah. So thank you everybody for joining us.
Thank
It's
you.
been an absolute pleasure, and we will see you all soon. Have the most beautiful evening and a great night's sleep.
And a brilliant weekend.
That's what I was just about to say. Beautiful weekend. Lots of love to you all.
Love to all.
And all to love.
Have a nice night. Bye.
Bye.
Get out of here.
Get out of town.